Thanks for joining us for Profile. I'm Ian Boyne, your host. We continue to tell the story of Denver Brown, a man who had a near-fatal accident in 2001, an accident which has affected his life significantly. To this date, he suffers from a number of ailments. He has battled not only poverty, disappointment in love, disappointment in relationships, but has battled illnesses. I mean, from he was born, he was faced with death and seems to have a constant struggle with destiny. But what a determination he has shown. What a will to live he has demonstrated. We have brought him back because we believe that his is an important story of courage that must be told. We thank you for your company as usual on Profile. Denver, good to have you again. Last week you told us about the number of things that you went through. You were being involved in that near fatal accident. But 3 months after, even though it was a very significant and a life-changing accident, 3 months after, inexplicably, you were on the road trying to sell insurance.
I had to. Who was going to take care of me? I had to be out there. The doctor told me, I remember saying, that it would take me 1 year to fully recuperate from my illness.
He told you that 1 year?
1 year to fully recuperate. He actually used an analogy of a broken table compared to one which has never been broken before.
Yes.
And he said the broken table, no carry a minute, it will never be the same. Mm-hmm. And the longer it's there, held together,
yes,
you know, the stronger it will become. Okay. So you need the time. But I didn't have time. Life didn't give me that choice. Life didn't give me that choice.
You had to be back on the road in 3 months. You had to take that risk.
I had to come out there. Despite everyone advising me that, you know, you need more time. When I assessed everything, time was not what I needed. Yes. I needed an opportunity. An opportunity. Because I felt like it was me versus destiny. Like I was fighting against the forces of nature. Mm-hmm. Like something there saying that you are not designed to make it. Okay. Because despite how hard I tried, it just kept holding me back. I told you, I have been through poverty, and you know what it is like.
Yes.
I don't worry myself about poverty. I used to wear the hand-me-down clothes of my cousin, you know, wearing short khaki pants and being laughed
Expect
at.
flood.
I had school, expect flood. Yes. One girl said to me, if it's me ring school bell. If it's me ring school bell. And that was on the main road.
Yes.
I was insulted going to school.
Yes.
I could deal with peer pressure. Okay. I know peer pressure. In my friends, I had friends jumping, you know, leaving school to go and have a good time, inviting me. I couldn't go.
You dealt with
you know, I could deal with the pressure of you know, girlfriends.
Yes.
But what I couldn't deal with was
nature,
the forces of nature. Because when they hit, they came at me.
Yes.
When they hit hard, they hit strong, saying that no, you were not designed to make it.
Because you suffered asthma, bronchitis, you had several illnesses.
Everything was going against me. Everything was going against me. So when the accident came from me, it was like, God, this is too much. God, no, I can't take no more. No, not even an average 80-year-old would have had so many different challenges. Yes. So why me? What did I do?
Yes.
I started to wonder, what did I do?
Serious questions for God.
Yeah, what did I do? But I came back. I said, God, I won't stay no 3 months and I'm going to come back out. So when I came back out, I was still having post-traumatic syndromes, you know, in which I would be at home sleeping and just feel my body being thrust into the wall and to start to shake. My hands were shaking, but I couldn't tell my employers that.
As guardian life.
Right, I couldn't tell my boss that at the time. Because they thought...
They would say, boy, go home.
In my interest...
Compassionately.
They thought in my interest it would be best if you get a desk job than to be out on the road.
Trying to sell insurance.
Trying to sell insurance, which you know you lose your car. You don't have no money. We have able-bodied persons who...
Not doing well.
And you weren't even doing well in the first place. So how you going to do it?
That's true.
How you going to do it? Them said, no. So I couldn't tell them that.
Yes.
So I was having those post-traumatic syndromes.
Keep that to yourself.
I kept that to myself. You know, at one stage I had to be putting a belt over my hand, my left hand, because I had broken ribs along here. There was 3 broken ribs on the left side. All the injuries was on the left side. So I had to be holding my hand, wrapping it
And your
up with
face
the
was
belt.
badly damaged for anybody who might not have seen last week's program.
My face was disfigured.
What happened?
I lost 7 teeth.
You lost 7 teeth?
7 teeth. My lips were like mashed potato. My upper palate hung down to touch even the bottom palate. I had 2 tongues in my mouth. Strange. I couldn't see. I had dislocated jaw, water running from my ears. I had when I laid on the bed, the room was floating. That's how I knew that ear had something to do with the balance. I came close to losing my eyes. You know, I was peeing while I lie down. If a mosquito bite me here, I could not slap him. I was fed through straw for weeks.
Weeks?
Weeks. I could not eat anything that one would consider to
really
be
serious
solid.
accident. Yes.
Right. You know, but
so nobody could have thought that you could ever be on the road after 3 months.
No.
I mean, that itself was a major tribute to the indomitability of the human spirit.
so major.
Say God, well, yeah.
Yeah, well, yes,
Yeah.
I do say God.
Yes.
And so major that, you know.
You were badly damaged. And when people saw you that right after the accident, they thought you would make it. When they saw the car, eh?
I tell you
If you could
something.
remind those.
When people were in there, people say, if the man dead. I said, what? They were asking if the man dead. They did not believe that someone could come out of that accident alive. You know, but what struck me most was when you know, when I was able to now hold on and visit the restroom, and I saw myself for the first time in a mirror, I started to cry. Tears ran from my eyes. But what I saw didn't represent me. That was not me.
Couldn't believe what you saw.
That was a guppy. Forgive me, but that could not represent me. And my job involves seeing persons face to face.
True.
So how was I going to be
Or sell insurance.
selling insurance?
Make impressive presentation like that. Eh?
From person see you, is either one of 2 things. It's either they're going to write the check and give you same time, or
They don't want to see you.
or they don't want to see
Can
you.
you look repulsive?
I don't even think that is a good descriptive word.
Yes.
I felt like it would have been best for me to be a hermit.
So can you imagine you were a man who needed money, you needed to make it. And the very body that you needed to get the funds was not cooperating, to say the least.
It was not. And I saw insurance as the
vehicle.
As the vehicle right now for me to overcome
Yes.
these challenges, because remember, you know, I had challenges working with.
Before.
So the flexibility of life insurance allowed me to work while whenever I'm ill, I could just ease
You could ease off.
I could ease. I couldn't do that in a 9 to 5.
That's true.
I would not have had that luxury.
Yes.
You know, so I came back with a determination. But the accident for me worked out good. Worked out good because it gave me time. I tell you that anybody who is struggling now in insurance, best advice I give is meet an accident. Meet an accident. Because I was supposed to be fired. So I met an accident, they had to give me time.
So the time allowed you to retool, to re-strategize.
I tell you, Winston Churchill says it's better to have a plan is nothing, but planning is invaluable. So I came into contact with the 8 best practices of high performance salespeople, and I read that book 3 times while being on my bed. I read that book 3 times, and I made my plan, and I was determined I'm going to stick to this plan, because I know in planning they say there's 3 things that successful people do. Is they have discipline, patience, and faith. And I knew I had those. So I'm going to stick to it because it is proven work and research that would have.
Once you use those principles, there will be success. Yeah. Profile is your program for inspiring stories. We have such a vast treasury. 23 years of inspiring stories. More to come, and more to come in this program too as we take our first break on Profile. Denver Brown continues his story of courage on Profile. 3 months after this terrible accident, this near-fatal accident, you felt impelled to go on the road. I mean, defying all the odds, defying doctors' orders. But you needed the money. You needed to sell insurance. You needed to hit the pavement.
I needed to do all of that. And I saw insurance as the vehicle. So as part of my plan now, when I look at it, I saw a garden life with 5 locations. I don't have a car, but I have prospects island-wide. So what I will do, I will call a branch manager, say in Montego Bay, and say, my name is Denver Brown. I'm with the Ocherius branch. I would like to use your meeting room for, say, 6 hours for the day. Could you allow me, please? I'll be having my appointments there.
The prospects would meet you there.
The prospects would meet me there. So none of them knew I didn't have a car.
Yes.
That was the least.
You can turn up near jacket same way.
Man who could bush like me. I turned there, they didn't know. Yeah. They weren't concerned.
Yes.
What car I drove at the end of the day. What they were concerned with was that I had interest in their goals, their visions. So I used that as part of my plan.
So that's part of your planning.
Part of my planning.
You didn't have the car, so you planned around that.
I planned around that.
So we have to be resourceful. That's an important lesson we
have to be
imparting.
Then also I developed key strategic relationships with other advisors in the field.
True.
And I said to them, hey, just take me there.
Yes.
Just take me there, and I will share whatever I would have earned.
Oh, so you gave them incentive to take you there?
I just needed to be in front of the prospect. The Bible says you must know who you are and whose you are. I know who I am. I know what I can do. Just take me there. Okay. I came back with a new spirit, new everything.
New determination.
New determination. So just take me there. Once you get there, no matter, man, I'll share whatever I would have earned there. Even when they couldn't take me, I chartered a taxi all over the island. I remember, that's a risk because you only get paid unless you sell. True. So
you have to believe so you can close the sale.
When you charter a taxi man from Ocherius to go to St. Elizabeth and him tell you say it's $10,000, and him go down there, and if you come back and don't sell anything, you have to pay him, Yes, you can't tell him, say, boss, the deal wasn't so good as I expected, But I had all the confidence in myself. I knew that I had enough knowledge in my product, in my company, in order to carry out my task. And that's the faith that I left with.
But it was still rough,
man,
that year.
Man, it was rough because
wasn't that easy sailing?
It didn't start it off all that well, because all the you're going if they're not buying,
that's true.
You're still struggling. Yeah. So I was there and even being offered again my resignation letter. They saved me the trouble of writing it. They just wrote it and said, please sign here.
You can't make it. You're sick, you can't make it.
No. And they wrote that for you. They came in a manner in which, they were being sympathetic.
Compassionate.
Right. Yeah. And compassionate and sympathetic.
Not well and
so
call it quits.
Yeah, just get a desk job. You're going to kill off yourself.
You're kill off yourself, yeah.
You're going to kill off yourself. But I said, no. God brought me here for a reason, and until the day he tell me to leave, I don't need nobody to tell me to leave. I will leave when he says so. God brought me here. So my family was against me now in insurance. Then you're going back in insurance, when you'll kill you off. Yes. So I went back now and started to put my plan into effect. Using the 8 best practices. I give you further joke. When I saw that I needed to now move from the market that I was now serving and go into the higher income and even middle class market, but I'm looking like a pauper.
You couldn't impress that market.
Then if I came to you, so I have a brilliant idea, you're going to ask me why you don't use it.
Use it first. Yes.
I bring an idea that can make you make money.
Yes.
Why you don't use
you look
it?
Better, yes. Yes.
So what I did.
Yes, then we overcame that now.
Man, I needed to change my image. I remember going, and I needed an image of sophistication.
Yes.
Highly intellectual.
Yes.
So I went to my ophthalmologist and then checked my eyes. He said, boy, what I see nothing really wrong with the eye,
But you want to wear glasses?
I need a glasses. I need a glasses.
That's not why I'm wearing mine. But
so he said to me, it's your call. He said, what he sees, it's your call. You can either wear it or not. I said, give me the glasses. I needed to have my specs. I had my specs, man. So when I started earning, well, for 4 months after going into, started back working after 3 months, I didn't have a salary for that 4 months.
No salary.
I work for free. I work for, remember, you know, my job is based on if you don't sell a policy, not if you don't work, you know. You can work, but if you don't sell a policy, you're not paid. That's the nature of it.
Yes.
So for the 4 months after,
No income coming in.
no income. So it was even more evident for my family to say, get out,
Get a job.
Get out.
Get a 9 to 5.
Get a real job.
A real job. You get.
Get a real job.
You can be assured of your money at the end of the week or month.
You know, because what you do, you're not going to kill you off. But I pressed on. I pressed on with vigor.
Yes.
You know, with God by my side. And I said, God, if you be God, you have to come through for me. You know.
Things turned around.
Things turned around.
You made the $1 million round table in the second year.
I made the $1 million in the second year. In the second year, I made the $1 million round
That's
table.
without a car? Or what?
Without a car. Without having a car. I did it without having a car. And the following year after that, I made it in half time. I did it, you know, on the first year. But remember, you know, not having a car, you know, at one stage, it was not so much not being able to afford a car. That was in the early stage. But after one stage, because of the post-traumatic syndromes, it took me 2.5 years to start back driving.
That's true.
I had a fear of driving.
Yes. That was another fear to overcome. Yes.
I had a fear of driving. I could not.
Yes, go behind the steering wheel.
I could not drive. In that sense, because no.
So you had that to overcome.
I had that to overcome in 2.5 years. So, you know, it was more than that.
For things.
It was.
But you made that $1 million round table.
I made that $1 million for the first time.
And those people had said, the bosses had said, boy, I signed this, or your relatives.
I tell you.
When they see you come through and make it.
My senior VP at the time, who is now the president of Guardian Life, he said to me, man, you have a talent. Man says a talent.
You said that.
My marketing manager at the time says, a miracle. They have never seen it before. It's a miracle.
Man, come back from so far.
No, man. We have able-bodied person
You're
who
not
have,
making it.
you know, sometimes I wonder to myself, if only I had all the resources like these people entering, if only I had less challenges like these people entering, who even today still saying that they can't make it. I said, God, why didn't you? But he knew why.
Yes.
You know, if only I had all the resources like people know.
So people who don't have any health challenge, you wonder how they say they can't make it. We're going to talk about some challenges that you're still facing, because you're not over the hump yet.
No.
There are other things that you have faced, and there were 2 years subsequent to this that he had to be at home. More from Denver Brown when we come back on Profile. Welcome back. Denver Brown continues his story, battling many crises, but coming out with confidence and determination. I mentioned that you're still battling. You're not over all your difficulties.
I tell you.
You'd have thought that the $1 million round table, you're moving on, everything's smooth now, you overcome.
I was doing well.
Doing well.
I was doing well. Thought my days of trials and tribulations
over, you passed
over.
them, yes.
You know, at that stage, I thought to myself that, you know, when Paul said, these are those who have passed, right? I was one of them. No,
one of those where you passed through.
Passed through those great tribulations. Just to have my injuries, you know, pains coming back. In latter part of 2006, I started feeling pains again. My left side, you know, were paining me. My hands, I couldn't hold it down like that. I had to be holding it up like that. I had weakness in my left leg that I couldn't stand on my left leg for too long. It felt like it was going to give way. Give way. My side was paining me. You know, my back started paining me. So, but, you know, I was so busy making money that you can't stop.
Yes.
You can't stop right now. So, you know, I went to my doctor and I said, you know, what's happening here? He said, boy, you need to come in. You need 2 weeks to come and sort out. I said, boy, doctor, can't stop. You know, can't stop. I'm on a